You're watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. A new state law signed by Governor Rick Scott makes public access to private beaches more difficult.
It also restricts local governments from imposing rules on those private beaches. ABC7's Christopher Brantley has more from Manatee County.
When you're walking along the beach in front of private homes or condos, there is a possibility you're walking on private property.
That doesn't mind as long as they want to walk up and down, or if they want to sit down and sift for shells or something.
Betty Gothrop's property deed says she owns this part of the beach. Unlike some of her neighbors, though, she doesn't mind if you walk on it.
It goes from the street out here out to the high tide line.
The new state law reinforces property owner control on what's seen as their land. If they don't want you there, they could kick you off. The law also restricts local government's ability to contradict it. Perhaps the easiest way to define what is public and what is private is by where you're standing. If the sand is wet, it's generally considered public property, whereas if it's dry and by homes, it might possibly be private property. The law could affect a beach proposal as well. Over the years, the beach has shrunk in size, with some of the sand washing away. But a group is working to garner community support to renourish it.
It's in the works. We're very, very close to getting a funding. We've got the funding proposal.
They're working on getting state and local government financial help. The fear is this could drive a wedge between taxpayers visiting the beach and those who are living on it.
Unfortunately, there is that us versus them mentality, and this law that he's just signed reinforces that.
Well, this new state law goes into effect on July 1st. On Manatee County, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. FEMA is reimbursing Manatee County $1 million for Hurricane Irma-related expenses. The grant will go to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office for its emergency protective measures used during the storm. FEMA's Public Assistance Program provides grants to state and local governments so communities can quickly respond to major disasters. Manatee County, one of 67 Florida counties designated for public assistance funding under the disaster declaration due after Hurricane Irma.
A Manatee County animal shelter will remain closed for the next couple of days after an outbreak of a highly contagious virus. At least 5 puppies at Nate's Honor Animal Rescue have been diagnosed with parvo. The shelter will be closed until at least Wednesday. The virus is highly contagious and can be deadly among dogs, causing severe diarrhea, vomiting, and fatigue. This is the shelter's second outbreak in the last 3 months. Nate's staff is cleaning every square inch of the shelter so that no other dogs contract the virus.
We have our vet techs working pretty much around the clock as designated people to care for the sick animals. They require a lot of medicine, a lot of fluids, a lot of special care.
Nate's has been working with the University of Florida to figure out the best way to contain parvo and how they can prevent another outbreak.
Governor Scott signing a bill aimed at reducing the number of pythons and other invasive species that cause damage across the state. That bill sets up a pilot program targeting pythons and species such as tegu lizards and lionfish. Under the program, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission will be able to enter contracts with people to capture or destroy the species on public lands and in state waters. One goal of this program is to stop the invasive species from expanding their current territory.
Definitely prevention is the key. Once things become established, they're much more difficult to remove. And what I mean by established is they're reproducing and those populations are living in an area with multiple individuals.
Summers also says people looking for a pet should do their research before buying any exotic animal, as they do offer unique challenges. Under current Florida law, Burmese pythons are illegal to purchase in Florida, but you can still buy tegu lizards at exotic pet stores.
Well, still a lot of people here on the Suncoast enjoying this beautiful weather. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with a look at the first alert forecast this evening. Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline and Scott. Yeah, some people talking about a little less traffic out there too, as some of our visitors from up north have departed now. But still, a lot of folks down here enjoying the beautiful weather here along the area beaches. This is a perfect time of year too. Temperatures in the upper 70s along the area beaches, lots of sunshine out there. Inland, a different story with the sea breeze developing. We had a few brief showers popping up. This one in particular has just been kind of sitting and spinning over the same location in the eastern portions of Manatee County. Tonight we had a little brief shower near Northport. along I-75 into Toledo Blade Road. Now, along the coast, not a lot going on because that wind is basically out of the west of the east. A little miniature cold front has developed along that sea breeze, and a temperature difference sometimes about 5 to 10 degrees as that front has moved in. But you can see that shower activity near Bethany, stretching over near Mayaca City and just to the west of Wauchula. As I mentioned, some of this rain has been moderate to heavy at times, and no real lightning with it as a result of the fact that the storms are not getting much vertical height to them, in fact about 20,000 feet. And you can see some of the rainfall estimates up to an inch just south of Duet, 1.3 northwest of Wauchula, but nothing going on near the coast from Venice northward up into Anna Maria Island. Well, more on our forecast for the rest of the work week. Talk about a cold front headed our way coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thanks. We'll talk to you soon. Emergency room visits are costing you double what they did just 10 years ago, with prices now at an all-time high. ABC7's Alan Cohn joins us now to explain what contributes to these astronomical costs of health care. Alan?
Jacqueline, when you're in an emergency situation, the last thing you're thinking about is how much an emergency visit will cost you. But be aware, when the bill comes in the mail, you may be shocked at just how much that potentially life-saving visit costs you. Research done by the Health Care Cost Institute shows in Florida, emergency room prices have increased 93% since 2015. That means you're spending almost double what you would have for health care less than 10 years ago. Tonight on ABC7 at 7, we'll explore what factors go into these hospital bills and break down what costs look like at each of our Suncoast hospitals.
We're getting to a point where we're at 20% of the gross domestic product is spent on health care. So $1 out of $5 in this country, it goes to health care.
Tonight at 7, you'll hear the story from one local woman who had a 3-day stay at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, and it turned into a $100,000 bill. Also find out what you can do to try to keep the costs of emergency room visits down. Back to you.
All right, Alan, thank you. We'll see you tonight. Sarasota City Commissioners discussing a controversial homeless housing project. Arbor Village will be an affordable housing center project along Fruitville Road, just east of Tuttle Avenue. It will include rooms for mentally ill and with substance abuse issues. The City Planning Board approved the plan 2 weeks ago. The City Commission will review it tonight during a public hearing. If approved, developers could break ground in Arbor Village by June, and then it would open about a year later.
Well, put your money in the machine, wait about 3 minutes, and out comes a hot, fresh slice of pizza. That's the concept behind a new invention by a Sarasota company. 24/7 Pizza Box will start showing up around the Suncoast this summer. They plan to then go nationwide and worldwide later this year. Local pizzerias will stock the machines with up to 72 fresh slices. The company's president says this is the first time this has ever been tried.
There's no novelty factor. The customer's getting great pizza out of this machine. It's not a frozen product. There's no preservatives. It's a fresh, recently baked pizza by the slice.
He says they'll target breweries, college campuses, airports, and shopping malls. Each slice costs about $3.50. I know a lot of people who would probably be interested in going to that.
Yeah.
You as one of them.
Love pizza, and I love our local pizzerias. You know,
they're
they all
so
make
good.
such great product. Yeah, so good idea. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
Why babies given antibiotics and antacids may have a higher chance of developing allergies and asthma.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
The La Musica International Chamber Music Festival, the annual celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota, with renowned musicians from around the world. April 9th through April 18th at the Sarasota Opera House. Visit lamusicafestival.org, click on Festival, open tickets, and get your seats now.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
The Wild Broadway series brings you Funny Girl. Fanny Brice dreams of being famous and through sheer guts and determination becomes a star of the Ziegfeld Follies. Playing March 28th through April 15th, it's the songs and story that generations have grown to love. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Don't rain on my parade. Come see Funny Girl.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
Selfless service is the guiding principle of every Army National Guard soldier. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. To be an Army National Guard soldier is to serve something greater than yourself. Learn more at nationalguard.com.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, it's allergy season, and all over the world, allergies and asthma cases are on the rise. Now, a new study suggests the medications children take now could increase their chances of getting allergies later in life. Reed Binion has more details.
A new study suggests some medications may be behind the rise of allergies and asthma. Babies who take acid-suppressive medications and antibiotics are more likely to develop allergic diseases later in life. That's according to the journal JAMA Pediatrics. They found that babies under 6 months of age who took antacids and antibiotics had an increased risk of allergies, asthma, and hives. Dosage also plays a role. Researchers say babies who took certain medications for more than 60 days had a 52% greater risk of being diagnosed with a food allergy. Acid suppressive drugs are typically prescribed or are available over the counter to help reduce acid reflux, but they're also given to infants who can't keep food down and appear fussy. Researchers urge doctors to be mindful of overprescribing. They also say more research is needed to confirm a direct link. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, showers developing along the sea breeze front this afternoon due to the fact that the land area here heating up into the low to mid 80s. The water temperature still into the mid 70s, so a little deficit there causing that wind to shift off inland. You can see the sea breeze front on both coasts now, and a few heavy showers have been popping up here and there in terms of heavy rainfall, but no significant lightning. Let's take you through the forecast then. Tonight, mainly inland showers winding down, say after 9, 10 o'clock, and then we'll see some of the debris cloudiness moving off toward our coast late in the night. Even some patchy fog possible to start things off on Tuesday. You'll notice this high pressure ridge will slip off to the east a little bit and allow a front to move down. Here's the front and producing some showers and some storms over Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And even into Tallahassee come Wednesday midday. The front loses its punch, though, as it gets to our coast. There's a possibility of a few showers come late Wednesday night. And then slightly cooler temperatures. That's it for us on Thursday. Now, the beautiful weather continuing out over the bay and over the barrier islands, all the way from Anna Maria southward toward Inglewood. Things have been really nice near the coast, but the inland showers still producing some moderate rainfall well east of the interstate now, and that shower activity not moving a whole lot, just kind of sitting there. You can see that rain, though, starting to weaken somewhat on our scale, getting more toward the light category. With some other showers popping up south of Arcadia along that sea breeze, which is moving in from the west to the east. And zeroing in on some of that rainfall, some moderate rain along State Road 64 if you're heading out east on Manatee on State Road 64 near Bethany. Some pretty heavy rainfall earlier. That rain starting to taper off a little bit. The vertical extent of the storm's not all that high, taking a 3D slice, showing that only about 20,000 feet. You need about 30 to above that to create and generate lightning, so nothing like that going on right now. Some light rain earlier near Northport have shifted off to the east now, and that continues to push off toward the east. So the evening planner looks good. We'll see a little bit of cloudiness around, but generally warm temperatures at 1170. And then some fog forming late tonight, some patchy fog. Cold front arrives late Wednesday, as I showed you. And then as far as the forecast goes, it's kind of a progressive pattern, meaning we'll see a series of these low pressures move through the Great Lakes and keep a trough in the eastern United States. And that means another front possibly come Sunday now. And that front is also going to be a weak one, not a very strong one at all. And that's generally the trend as we move through spring. The front's not nearly as strong as we saw during the winter months. 77 degrees right now, sunshine. The high today was 80 degrees and the low this morning was 65. Both those numbers running high, although the high was right around average. The forecast tomorrow, taking you through time, we'll start off into the mid to upper 60s. We'll warm to 80 degrees and pretty much stay there throughout most of the afternoon hours, and then satellite and radar across the rest of the U.S. Big storm system still. Winter hanging out over the northern plain states, where there are numerous winter weather advisories into Montana, stretching off into South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Again, that activity showing that snowfall moving through parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, all the way close to Chicago, and that's the front that will eventually bring us slightly cooler temperatures come Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Southeast winds for boaters, 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet, and there'll be a light chop in the bays and inland waters. Well, here's your 7-day. Not much of a change. Some patchy fog come Tuesday, a little drier air, so we won't see that fog as much on Thursday and Friday. That rain chance only at 20% for a few passing showers come late Wednesday and into Thursday. Temperatures into the weekend looking pretty nice into the low 80s. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Traffic is backed up on US 41 in Bradenton right around the intersection at Cortez Road. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. Another data breach to let you know about tonight. This one involving Saks Fifth Avenue. The parent company of Saks, Saks Off Fifth and Lord & Taylor, is dealing with the breach. A New York-based security firm that uncovered the breach says a hacking group is boasting on dark websites it was selling up to 5 million stolen credit and debit cards. The retailer is now offering free identity protection services. The number of stores or customers affected has not been released yet. There's a Saks Fifth Avenue at UTC Mall here on the Suncoast and a Saks Off Fifth at the Ellenton outlets.
Empty space at malls is on the rise. Mall vacancies have hit a 6-year high, now at 8.4% at big malls across the country. The trend has been hitting local governments' wallets as well, taking away both jobs and taxes. It's also pushed more state officials to put new laws in place to force online retailers like Amazon to collect sales taxes.
And the checkout line at stores could speed up soon. On April 14th, Mastercard, Visa, American Express, and Discover are all ditching the requirement for shoppers to sign receipts. It will then be up to the merchants to decide if they still want those signatures on purchases.
Well, stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark, Sarasota, presented by the Culture Group.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota.
Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Here's today's Job of the Day. ABC7 is seeking a multimedia journalist who can tell his story on all platforms and meet tight deadlines. Reporting experience required. Visit mysuncoast.com/joboftheday to apply.
In entertainment news tonight, The Rock opens up about his battle with depression. In an interview, Dwayne Johnson revealed that times have been harder for him than fans know. He says he went through a dark period years ago when injuries ended his dreams of playing professional football. The worst time came when he was 15 years old and his mother attempted suicide by getting out of their car on the interstate and attempting to walk into oncoming traffic. He says he's now using his experiences to try and help others.
A 10-time Emmy Award-winning producer is being remembered for his groundbreaking work in television. Stephen Bochco created some of the most iconic TV shows in history, including Hill Street Blues, NYPD Blue, LA Law, and many more. Throughout his career, he was nominated for an Emmy 30 times, going on to win a total of 10, along with 4 Peabody Awards. Bochco died yesterday at his home after a battle with leukemia. He was 74 years old.
To no one's surprise, the Steven Spielberg sci-fi fantasy Ready Player One debuted in the #1 box office spot over the weekend. The movie has earned an estimated $53 million since its debut on Thursday night. Tyler Perry's latest installation, Acrimony, took the #2 spot. And in the 3rd spot, Marvel and Disney's mega hit, Black Panther.
Which I finally saw, and I loved it. Yeah. The director of the upcoming Shazam movie had a big bit of fun with his fans for April Fool's Day. David F. Sandberg tweeted a video of a parody trailer for Shazam over the weekend, featuring footage, though, from a 1970s TV show set to music by AC/DC. Fans will now have to wait for a real first look at the upcoming movie, which is more than a year away from release.
April Fool's jokes. Luckily, I didn't get pranked. Thankfully.
Not yet.
Oh, goodness.
It might be late. Yeah, we'll be right back.